Hey guys, unfortunately we need to keep talking about Epstein files. And now let's talk about Melinda Gates. She made a confession about what really happened between her husband, ex-husband, Bill Gates, and financier and pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Actually, it was shocking to hear that information because what Melinda said, it was honest. And I didn't expect it would be so honest because usually celebrities try to avoid this type of stuff. But for some reason, Melinda decided to speak what she thinks. And she thinks that basically Bill needs to make his confession and say what's on his mind. Let's hear what she said.
Whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it. Those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Melinda Gates pleading for ex-husband Bill to address his numerous mentions in the latest round of the Epstein files.
It's beyond heartbreaking, right?
Those are the values that Bill and I grew up with.
The 61-year-old philanthropist who divorced Bill in 2021 makes the candid comments on NPR's Wildcard podcast, reacting to Bill's name appearing several times in the latest batch of emails released by the Department of Justice. Among the allegations, that Bill contracted an STD from Russian girls and asked for Epstein's help, providing him with antibiotics he could give Melinda without her knowing.
Honestly, she didn't say, obviously, what she thinks about it, right? But the way she talked and how she behaved, it seemed like she was basically experiencing that. She basically saying that it might have happened, and maybe she knew about something that Bill did, maybe not this, but something that he did, and it wasn't right. It feels this way, isn't it? What you think? Leave it us in the comment section.
Spokesperson for the billionaire Microsoft co-founder vehemently denies the claims.
For me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage, but I have moved on from that. I purposely pushed it away, and I moved on.
Melinda expresses empathy for Epstein's victims.
She moved on from everything in her marriage. Everything's bad, and basically all the stuff that in the press right now, it reminds her what really was going on in her marriage. It sounds suspicious, isn't it?
No girl should ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him.
And doubles down that her ex's connection to the convicted sex offender was part of her choice to end their 27-year marriage.
It wasn't one moment or one specific thing that happened. There just came a point in time where there was enough there that I realized it just wasn't healthy, and I couldn't trust what we had. I left my...
Yeah, it seemed like that was part of it, at least. And Bill Gates, I'll show you his video when he talked about Epstein's case. And it seems like he was involved more than he says he was, unfortunately. I mean, Bill Gates, such a talented businessman. And why in the world would you get involved in a case like that with Epstein? I think some people just, because they get in so much money, they just going crazy, and that's it.
Marriage, I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. That's the truth, right? And it's kind of like, at least for me, I've been able to move on in life. And I hope there's some justice for those now women, right? We see them standing up in front of microphones in DC. What they went through is just unimaginable, I think.
I agree with every word she just said. Hopefully justice will prevail in this case. But sometimes it's so hard to believe in justice after you hear all these things, like all this nasty billionaires, millionaires did. How can you believe in justice after that? And let's hear what her husband, ex-husband, Bill Gates, said about this case with Jeffrey Epstein.
Bill Gates expresses regrets over his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. During a February 4th interview with 9 News Australia, the Microsoft founder denies new allegations included in the Justice Department's newly released batch of Epstein files. Multiple reports say included in the DOJ's documents draft emails in which Epstein reportedly wrote that Bill Gates had come to him looking to engage in extramarital sex. The convicted sex offender also reportedly wrote that he had helped Mr. Gates acquire drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls. In the new interview, Gates...
It sounds futuristic and fantastic, right? When the allegations like that come up to light. And we remember that Epstein, one of his emails basically said that his brother, or Donald Trump, had oral sex with his brother, something like that, some nasty stuff. So it's kind of shocking, and you wouldn't believe stuff like that, but who knows where was the truth. But that Bill Gates was connected to Epstein, a lot of witnesses saying that. And his wife, ex-wife reaction, Melinda's reaction to this allegation is straightforward. Like, she knew something was going on, or she is not saying that it wasn't.
Vigorously denies the allegations and expresses regret for time he spent with Epstein.
Every minute I spent with him, I regret, and I apologize that I did that.
Of the alleged emails, Gates explains apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself. That email was never sent. The email is false. I don't know what his thinking was there. Was he trying to attack me in some way? He added, I never went to the island. I never met any women. It's not the first time Gates has addressed his connection with Epstein. The philanthropist told Anderson Cooper in a 2021 interview it was a huge mistake to spend time with him. The billionaire's ex-wife, Miranda French...
Listen, I think there was definitely some rumors about what Epstein does, even if you don't know that he was doing what he was doing. But there definitely some rumors that he was running stuff on this island. And why would you be so naive that you go to this island? Right now, it's a lot of rumors that Epstein was connected with Mossad or CIA or KGB, FSB, whatever. I think that Epstein was definitely doing something connected to Secret Service or any other intelligence services, because for so many years nobody knew what was going on because they were hiding it. And to associate yourself with a person like that, knowingly that he's holding these bodies, where like definitely prostitutes were involved, and young prostitutes. It's kind of crazy in my opinion. Like, this type of guy should be more cautious, and what he did is not right. If there's any proof that Bill Gates was involved in sexual activity with minors, he should definitely go to jail for life.
Gates also reacted to the allegations related to the businessman during an interview with NPR's Wildcard podcast, saying, for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up because it brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage. Whatever questions remain there of what, I can't even begin to know all of it. Those questions are for those people, and for even my ex-husband, they need to answer to those things, not me.
She blames other people or her husband. I understand her position, actually. I mean, that's smart position. Basically, she's saying, like, why are you asking me these questions? I'm not involved in that. And all these people who involved, including my ex-husband, Bill Gates, should answer these questions. It's really smart position, I think. I would have said the same thing. Like, why are you asking me these questions? I feel sorry for the victims, but I'm not the one who was doing that stuff, right? And the next story I want to share with you guys, it's Bad Bunny, and he admits that he's struggling to sleep before Super Bowl. As we all know, he's performing in this year's Super Bowl, and he's already in the middle of MAGA backlash because they blaming him that he attacked ICE when he got his Grammy for the best album of the year. And that's what he's saying. I've been working on this show so hard. What we're gonna do next Sunday, it's a lot. Thinking about the Super Bowl at 4 a.m. That's what I've been doing. It's been hard to not. I'm happy, but I'm just processing, taking one day at a time. I just try to take it easy. Wake up, work out, drink my coffee, try not to think too much about it. Last night I couldn't sleep. I was thinking about it. I want to think. It's 13 minutes of doing what I love, what I like. And I know I'm gonna have fun. I wasn't looking for the album of the year at the Grammys. I wasn't looking for the Super Bowl halftime show. To be the biggest stage of the world is something that I never thought possible. You always have to be proud of yourself. Excuse me. My antivirus. You always have to be proud of who you are and feel comfortable being yourself, being proud about your history and where you are from, and don't let that limit yourself. I feel very blessed. Every step of my career, I get to another level, yada, yada, yada. And he drawn a lot of criticism from the Trump administration, from MAGA, Corey Lewandowski, Department of Homeland Security advisor, said the choice of the Puerto Rican superstar U.S. citizen was shameful because he seems to hate America so much. In my opinion, like, sometimes you shouldn't say political stuff. If you're a rapper, stick to your field, in my opinion. And if you want to give an interview, do it. I don't like when celebrities basically saying stuff on the television show like Grammys, but of course they can say, oh, it's a big platform, a lot of people will see it around the world, but sometimes it makes things worse. I think it basically two sides will clash after this, and some people will love Bad Bunny, some people will hate Bad Bunny. If he's okay with that, let it be. But I think it's not the right, it wasn't the right moment to say this stuff, in my opinion. What do you think? Like always, share your thoughts in the comment section. Also, Bad Bunny said that when the show is over, everyone will be happy, without naming Trump. He added, the world is going to be happy this Sunday, the whole country. There's a lot of people that love me around the world, not just Latino people. A lot of people stop me at the street, at the airport, Americans in the United States, Mexico, France, and say, I know you're going to do a great performance at the Super Bowl. I don't know. It's hard to believe, actually. I know he's really big here in the United States, Latin community, in some countries around the world, but I don't know. Like, why would somebody stop Bad Bunny and say, oh, you're gonna do great in a Super Bowl? Like, around the world, people don't really care about NFL, maybe except the UK in the recent years, but usually, like, people love soccer in Europe and in Latin America as well. Like, all these North American countries, they love soccer more. So, of course they know Bad Bunny, but to stop him and say stuff like that, I don't know why he said that. It seems weird, and it seems like it's a lie, actually. And that story that I want to cover is Jimmy Kimmel conspiracy theories. Never heard anything like that from him, but he was talking about Melania's biopic and why it was so successful in the box office. You're gonna hear his arguments, and I want to know, actually, what do you think? Is he right about the theory? So that's what Jimmy said. A lot of people, myself included, have been wondering how this movie managed to sell $7 million worth of tickets last weekend, when almost every theater seemed to be empty leading up to the release. And if you don't believe that this kind of thing, he basically saying it was a fraud. He said that sales of the new Melania movie have been rigged by suspicious bulk purchases. And if you don't believe this, the kind of thing they would do, you may be forgetting that back in 2019, the Republican National Committee bought $100,000 worth of Don Jr.'s book to put in swag bags to make it a New York Times bestseller. Kimmel reacted, imagine those poor senior citizens. Good morning, Mrs. Greenwald. Here you are heart pills and here are your liver pills. And there's a pair of tickets to Melania. Of course, he's cracking jokes like Jimmy can do, but also, if nobody's watching, I don't know, like, I think maybe it's a legit theory, but if nobody's reading Republican books or watching their movies, why half of the country is supporting Republican Party candidate Donald Trump, and majority of the country, not only electoral college, voted for Trump, right? It's common sense, and it seems like Jimmy Kimmel doesn't know that, or he's like basically saying some stuff of propaganda, because why would you say stuff like that to diverse people? Like, say, yeah, like theory, okay, but he's like pushing it too hard to make people believe in that. I don't know exactly what really happened, and it's not me or Kimmel to know this stuff, right? I think there's plenty investigative journalists in this country. They can find out. Kimmel relished in the fact that women in the group call themselves church ladies about Republicans and whatever. The rest of us call them the dumb ass rockets. Kimmel then compared the black and white garments worn by the women to the recent redaction-riddled pages of the so-called Epstein files. He joked about Amazon MGM pictures scoring just 5% on Rotten Tomatoes after costing $75 million to create. To put that in perspective, that is 1% lower than Jiggly, Kimmel said, and not to the widely ridiculed Ben Affleck film. He added that the movie's audience score was 99%, 1% higher than The Godfather. He was talking about Melania and whatever. The host then turned to Amazon owner Jeff Bezos for paying for that garbage. He jokingly urged Donald Trump to deploy Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard after she was spotted as in an FBI search of an election office in Georgia last week. I can say one thing, Jimmy Kimmel loves Democratic Party, and sometimes I wonder why comedians, hosts of the talk shows, basically so one-sided. Like, I don't know, he can love Democratic Party, but deliver good jokes about both parties. I think that would be fair. They will not diversify people. But right now, he's basically one-sided host of one of the top-rated night shows in the country. So it's weird to me, like how they allow him to do that. I don't know. And the next story I want to share with you guys is what's going on in LA. If Joe Manganiello and his girlfriend or wife basically fleeing LA and going back to Pittsburgh, where they both grew up. It's kind of crazy, right? So, his fiance, actually, Caitlin O'Connor, she said, she told People in December that she and the Magic Mike star left LA after more than 20 years and returned to Pittsburgh, where they both grew up. She said that's what we really connect on. You know, we share the same upbringing, the same hometown knowledge, and that's what really connects us as a couple. So it's beautiful to be back home together. In a new interview with Fox Digital on January 25th, O'Connor revealed the move wasn't just about nostalgia. Safety was a major factor. The crime in LA is an all-time high, she said. We're thinking about it for a long time, and the right house happened to come up. We went to look at it in Pittsburgh, and it was perfect for us. Also, LA is no longer the entertainment capital of the world. Actors don't audition there anymore. Many casting directors don't have offices there anymore. For the most part, everything is on Zoom. A lot of premieres happen in New York. There are studios being built in Jersey, and things are moving overseas. Many projects are being filmed overseas, even by professionals who have worked in LA on set their whole lives. The industry has moved. It's no longer there. I can tell you from the first-hand experience here in New York, yes, definitely. First of all, she's completely right. A lot of projects moved here in New York, but also a lot of projects moving overseas, and even New York's struggling nowadays, not only LA. That's why she's absolutely right. And about crime, I didn't know that. I heard some rumors, but it was all biased in my opinion. But Now she says it, and she's a fiancée of famous actor. She also says after COVID and the strikes, things have changed. You can really work from anywhere, she said. Also in December, she told people, I was born in LA but raised in Pittsburgh, so we are both from the same hometown. So she basically now claiming that it's because of everything changed in the industry. And I agree with her. It's hard to disagree. And also because of the crime rates in LA. What do you think about that? Which story shocked you the most? Leave it in a comment section. I'm a little tired. Today's been a long day for me, but thank you guys for watching it. It's been a late stream, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye, and thank you for watching again, as always.